Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Taking a quick look here at Matic. Wow, this is a coin is taking off. I freaking love it. It's really nice and it's easy to want to love something more when you're taking monster profits from it too, right? Keep in mind, don't attach yourself emotionally to any type of trade, but it's really cool and it's okay to be emotionally positive about a trade when it goes your way, right? For example, here's our Premium Plus group, 60% in 8 days, 36% in 14 hours. Oh wait, there's BNB. See your Litecoin, there we go, Matic, 36%, 8 hours, 50 minutes, 36% in 8 hours and 55 minutes. You'll notice that some of the profit percentages are similar for the same trade because my trading bot takes multiple targets in the same direction or either direction, honestly, and it also will effectively take profit at a specific percentage. So that's kind of why that is the case. Again, when it comes to scalping, you want to kind of have a strategy in place, and that's the strategy I have for my day trading bot. Doesn't mean you have to do the same thing. Either way, if you are following that day trading bot, make sure that you do not you do manually trade the trades and don't auto trade, because there's so many trades every day that it's going to be crazy to pick up all those trades at once. Okay, so just please understand that. Okay, let's look at the liquidation levels here for this coin. So what we want to look at here, first of all, is a few key factors. In other words, we got 1.1 at $1.10 as a strong amount of, so basically some liquidation levels there at that resistance, okay? And I say resistance just because that's where the candlestick closed initially. We're still kind of premature in this uptrend, but it's looking positive here. I like to see when there's more shorts closer to the price action than there's more longs. It really just implies that the likelihood of the price retesting that level and sweeping that upper level of liquidity is pretty high. Now again, there's no patterns that we're seeing here for it to want to retest that just yet, but we will see on the time frame here, both daily, 4-hour, and hourly, if there's any consideration there. We'll even look at the 15-minute chart and kind of identify if our CC Gold indicators wanting to find some entries with that too, because that is a really, really good indication of a bullish trend. And that's definitely where we're at right now for Matic. There's no other way around it. Okay, so talking about the daily. Not much has changed since last night. We're still at that 70 mark for RSI. That's fantastic, but keep in mind, somewhat of a resistance level in some cases. So we could see that work as a resistance where the price action pulls back. We could also argue that the price action has already pulled back and it's worked as a resistance, but we're still premature and a little early there. That said, the stochastic RSI is still swinging up. Money flow index is high. When money flow index is higher than RSI, there's a stronger chance we're going to see that continue. Okay, that's always a great sign. MACD is converging here. Last 3 days have been super bullish. Obviously, we can see an increased amount of volume last 48 hours. Okay, so let's see what that tells us on the 4-hour time frame. We are looking, first of all, quickly to note on the daily, we're at a 6. Okay, that implies we have at least 3 to 7 more days of continuation of the upside. Okay, so just keep in mind, price could continue to run. Excuse me, sorry, I'm keep clearing my throat. So Matic here, what we want to look at is on the 4-hour time frame, we're at a 7 on TD sequential, really telling us that we're about 32 hours of continuation in this trend, 28 hours, right in that range, and we're pushing pretty hard in a short amount of time. So does that mean the price is going to pull back? Sometimes logic would tell you it would. However, things are not necessarily logical in trading. So what we want to look at is a few other things here. Stochastic RSI is swinging down a little bit, but hasn't officially yet. Money flow index coming down. RSI is still up over 70. So all three of these things combined doesn't really tell us it's bearish at all. It just tells us that we are broken through that key level resistance and we're trending sideways at that level. The thing I like to see here is the amount of volume that we have at this price point. That is pretty significant. That goes to show that there's a lot of interest at this 105, 106 mark, and that could prove to hold as a support. MACD is still converging, but it's losing a little bit of momentum, so we can see just a shift in the tide here. Nothing too crazy, but it wouldn't be the worst idea to consider adjusting your profit, your stop loss higher, maybe consider taking some profit. We'll look at smaller time frames, kind of see what that looks like, but at this point, it doesn't really give us any indication it wants to pull back at this point. But it's also letting us know that it's slowly losing momentum too, right? So what we want to do is kind of look at the hourly and verify a few things. Quickly to note, we do have a fair value gap here at about 96 to 98 cents. We talked about that last night being a potential factor, but it hasn't come into play just yet. There's no massive liquidity levels here in the recent time frame too. And if we look at Elliott Wave, it does tell us if the price were to pull back based on this being the 5th and final wave, if this is the highest point it'll go, then we could see 95, 91, or 86 cents as a possibility. Now, just because this is a possibility, is it a probability? No, it's not. It doesn't mean it's going to happen just because it's there. I get the question often on my Twitter, like, hey, you post, you're constantly posting, playout charts here. with certain levels of retracement. Why do you do that? Well, it's to prepare you so you know where to invest if the price does pull back. Emphasis on the word if. It's not a guarantee. It may never happen. If it does, now we're prepared. Cool thing is previous resistance level is at 98.5 cents. So it's a strong probability the price comes to that level. We'll get a bounce. We also got this 91, 92 cent range, which was a previous resistance level too, I believe on the 4-hour time frame. That's also a potential support. So we can summarize here that this is going to be a support range for us. Coincidentally, there is some liquidation in that range too. Okay. Again, that's how liquidation works. It'll accumulate at support and resistance levels, oftentimes because it's one of those situations that everyone's interested in this one price point. It's the average true range for the coin. A lot of times that will be the case. And again, if we zoom out and kind of look at the volume profile in the last, this is just say last month worth of trading, we can see here at about 85 cents. That is the most amount of volume. That's the average true range for Matic right now. Okay. So really just reaffirming if we lose these 3 potential supports, 85 cents would be a good place. So heaven forbid the price pulls back down that low. It's about a 20% spread. There is a decent amount the price will pivot at that point if it comes to that level. Okay, let's look at a few other things here. Sorry, I must be something in the air today. I apologize for clearing my throat so often. What we want to look at on the hourly is a couple of things here. First of all, same fair value gap there is identifying itself. So again, 95. 96 cent range. We can also note as well, TV sequential here on the hourly, we got a little reset. We're pulling back a little bit. We could bounce off this 101 mark for a continuation of the upside. We have seen that it's proven to be a nice little support level there. Price breaks above, retests, and continues higher. So honestly, at this point, the hourly time frame is still looking very good. But you got to recognize too, we're getting kind of close to this window of opportunity closing. And what I mean by that is just like, if you have a long position open, oftentimes it's best to consider taking profits maybe within the next 6 or 7 hours if the price doesn't continue higher. The main reason why is because we're lagging span that intersects with the price action. This tells us the initial uptrend on the shorter time frames is slowing down. What that really just implies here is that even though we have strong conversion above the baseline, we got a lot of momentum, that if the price intersects with the lagging span, it's going to just kind of let us know that there's possibilities of reversal. Okay. Again, is that a guarantee? No. If I trade anything on the cloud and I choose one thing to rule them all, it would be the cloud itself, because that's a series of moving averages that work extremely well, specifically on the hourly time frame. And if you're not sure how this indicator works, just search for it on my YouTube channel. I have instructional videos how to use it correctly. But we've got 3 out of 3 reasons to leave your long position open for the moment. So I'm not saying you should do that, but I am implying that if in the next 10 to 12 hours the price doesn't go much further up, we may want to trim some profits and consider taking some profits. Okay. Again, that's just a consideration. When I take profits, it's like 50, 60, 70% on my first target, and then I let the rest ride, adjust my stop loss to break even. That's a good strategy. Again, for swing trading more so than anything else. My day trading strategy is a little different, which I highlight in our Discord. Keep in mind, signals guide. Please, please, please read through this if you're a new member. If you're not reading through this and understanding how it works, you're doing yourself a disservice. I go into great detail on how to structure your trades effectively, and it makes a lot of sense if you read through it. Okay. Either way, at this point, still green light. What we're going to do is we're going to reevaluate Matic here in a few hours, kind of when that window of opportunity could be closing, and see what happens next. But the truth is, we got a lot of support here at 101 and 95 even. Okay. So if the price does pull back, I'd welcome 95 cents because that'd be a great place to add to your position. Okay. Again, I'll probably just set an alert there to be safe. If it triggers, I might consider jumping in. So at this point, we're looking very, very good. Again, congrats to our community members for some phenomenal profits here too. Matic being one of those. We have a 1-month-old trade at 102 and an 18-day trade at 56%. So Matic is one of our favorite coins to trade. We've also got some OP profits and ARB profits. Those came in earlier today, just a couple of hours ago. So either way, fantastic stuff. Be sure to check that out. I like to highlight this because I get the question multiple times a day. How does premium work? I send out premium swing trades through my premium group. Premium Plus is my automated day trading bot. We're scalping the heck out of a lot of coins here, Ethereum and Litecoin being some of those here. Okay, so either way, that being said, thank you so much for watching. Very last tip of advice. My members are loving this exchange. There are no KYC, no VPN requirements for Bitunix. Phenomenal exchange, my favorite by far. Be sure to check them out. Links down below, of course, for that. If you use my link to register, you will be eligible for this awesome rewards. That is due year end. So be sure to take advantage of that before year end, and we'll see what happens. Thanks again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.